Hello friends, this is tutorial number 37 in this C++ language programming tutorial. Okay, in this tutorial we will create a similar application that we did in the previous, but instead of writing elements of our string elements of array of string, we will not write them, we will input them. Okay. And we will use include. Again, we will need string library. Okay, and we will need array of strings. It will be string, and it will be chars. It will be array of 8 elements. Okay. And we will need a couple of variables: unsigned, integer, minimum will be equals to 0, and unsigned, integer, maximum will be equals to 0. Okay, and we will need 2 string variables. String will need a char with a minimum number of letters and char with maximum number of letters. Let's define them. Char min letter. Okay, it will be a char with minimum number of letters, will be an empty string for the start, and we will have string char max letter. It will be an empty string also. And now we define all of these 4 variables, and first what we need to do, we need to create a for loop to input chars into our array. Okay, for, and we also will need unsigned integer x will be equals to 0, and also we will need to define x condition will be x is lesser than, we have array of 8 elements and will be lesser than 8, and x plus plus. Okay, and let's write a message. First we will write scene, but first we will not input still. Cout, and I want to print a variable x incremented by 1. I will not change the local variable x, I will just print a variable x incremented by 1. Big difference, and I already explained this. And I will have a text, and it will be /8. It will be, for example, first of 8, second of 8. Okay, we know we want to know how many which car we are entering now, and how many cars it will have. Okay, and we need end line, and let's write a message: cout, enter the car brand. Okay, it should be enough. And we need end line. Okay, and we need to input, it will be cars of element x. Okay, this should be fine. With this for loop we will input all of these cars, 8 cars, in our array. Okay, and our array will be defined. And now we need to write a message. We want to know right, just a second, we want to cout we want to write a text, and it will be the cars. We want to know to print a cars that we entered. It will be the cars entered. Okay, it should be fine. Okay, and now to print this we need another for loop for unsigned int equals x equals to 0. X will be lesser than 8 because we have 8 elements of array, and x plus plus. We will just see out and we will print the cars. Okay, it will be cars of x, and we will separate it by with comma should be good, and we will not use end line. Okay, we will print them all in one line. But we also now in the other for loop we can define now minimum and a car with minimum letters, car with maximum letters, but we can also define, okay, this loop will print a cars that we entered, but we also here we can define actually it will be redefining our variables. Okay, and we can do it here. Okay, and we need control statement if, and now with two opening and closing brackets, minimum equals to 0, or, and another opening and closing bracket, it will be minimum is greater than cars of x dot length. Okay, and we need a body, and let's define a minimum. Minimum will be equals to cars of element x dot length. Okay, and we can define our car with a minimum letter. Car minimum letter will be equals to cars of element x. Okay, and with this control statement inside this for loop we define a car with minimum number of letters, and we also define how many letters it has. Also in this for loop we can, in another control statement, we can define a car with maximum number of letters, and let's do it. If maximum is lesser than cars of element x dot length. Okay, we need the body, and let's define a maximum. Maximum will be equals to cars of element x dot length. Okay, and we can define car with maximum letter will be cars of element x. Okay, and now we inside this for loop we did three things. First, we will print all of cars, our array of cars, of course, that we entered earlier. And in this for loop, we also redefined our variables. Now we know which is, here we will know which is the car with minimum number of letters, how many letters it has, and we will know car with maximum number of letters and how many letters it has. Okay, now we just need to print that. Okay, and let's start. Cout car brand with minimum number of letters is, okay, and I will use semicolon here. It will go too much for to the right. it will be all printed in one line, but here I need to write it in the new line. Okay, and it will be now I need a variable car with min letter. Okay, and again I need a text. First will be dot, and it has, and again I need a variable, it will be minimum, and again I need a text, and it will be letters. Okay, and we can put dot, and we can just put end line. But before, okay, here just to not forget, here we printed the cars. Here we printed the cars, but we without end line, because we will printing it in with one line. Okay, and here if I continue here, it will be in the same line. I need to I will need to use to print one empty string. Okay, and I need to use end line. Okay, now that problem will be resolved. Okay, and now I will just use to copy this, edit, copy, and I will just paste it and redefine it. I will change a little text. Okay, we have another text, and instead of minimum I will type maximum, and the here variable is car min letter. I will type, just a second, car max letter, and here where is minimum I will type maximum, and now it should work properly. Okay, and we will just have, we can also use here couple of, before this car entered, we can use couple of stars to look more prettier. Okay, and also we can use it here. Okay, we will see how it will gonna look like, but we can forget end line. Okay, let's see first if we have some error. Okay, where is the error? Just a second. Okay, error cannot convert. Okay. Just a second. I forgot. This is a length. This is a function. Okay. Let's. I forgot the brackets. Okay. Enter the car brand. Let's entering some cars. First, let's type Toyota. Maybe it's better to use. We will use caps. Toyota. Okay, Citroen, BMW, Audi, Yugo. Don't forget Yugo. Yugo is important. Okay, we will use Mercedes. And what car we can use? Okay, I don't know. Acura. Okay, we have Audi. I don't know, Lada, why not Lada? Okay, and let's see how it will gonna work. Enter the car. Okay, and we forgot here. Okay, the cars. And okay, Toyota, Citroen, BMW, Audi, Yugo, Mercedes, Acura, and Lada. Okay, car brand with minimum number of letters is BMW. It has 3 letters. Perfect. And car brand with maximum number of letters is Mercedes, and it has 8 letters. Okay, Citroen has 7, and okay, Mercedes has most letters, BMW has 3 letters, but I need to change. I have some here. Let me see where's the problem. The cars, okay, of course. Here I didn't use, okay, it wasn't separated and I forgot end line. Okay, and I think it should be good now. Okay, it was application works, but here when I wanted to use the stars, I forgot to separate and forgot end line. And let's see now how it will gonna look. Okay, enter the car brand. Okay, it can be Pontiac. We will use caps. And let's use Mercedes. And let's use, okay, Lada. Now we can use Zaz. And okay, we can use Skoda, Volkswagen. Okay, Warburg, don't forget Warburg. Did we have Yugo here? Okay, we don't have. Let's enter the Yugo. And okay, the cars entered. Okay, we entered Pontiac, Mercedes, Lada, Zaz, Skoda, Volkswagen, Warburg and Yugo. Okay, car brand with minimum number of letters is Zaz and it has 3 letters. Okay, perfect. And car brand with maximum number of letters is Volkswagen and it has 10 letters. And it means that this application works like a charm. Okay, as you can see, pretty much simple, and it was very similar with the previous application, but instead of writing elements of our array, we input it okay, manually, and it works good. Okay, just remember, when we work with this lang function, we will use, instead of integer, we will use unsigned integer. Okay, the rest is okay. You already know how to find a minimum and a maximum, and because of this, I know that it is not easy for when you do it for the first time, and because of that I use this couple of exercises to practice this a little. Of course we will practice it more because this is very important, but you will learn it, trust me. Okay, I really hope that you like this video. If you like this video, don't forget to subscribe to my channel. You can also follow me on Twitter and Instagram. You have a link in the description, and I will see you in the next tutorial.